All right, welcome into Pick Central, Barstool's daily gambling show, and everybody on here looks just as fat and ugly as I anticipated. We are here, and we're ready to go. We're rolling with the punches. Sometimes you go out on the field and give them everything you got. Sometimes you just gotta stay at your house and give them all you got. So, hello and welcome back. Let me go just in order of how I see them. Welcome back, Big Ev, to the show. Hello, Big Ev.
I'm Brandon. I've been locked inside for 2 weeks. I'm freaking the fuck out. I feel like I have so many takes I wanted to get off from shit that happened like literally 10 days ago. I haven't seen daylight in God knows when. I'm lost. But all I've been doing is watching college basketball.
All right. Did you bring a list of the takes that you got to get off?
I got a few in my head.
All right. Up next, I got Barstool Mincy. I got Ben Mintz, who I actually saw and did a show with yesterday, so we don't have to talk very long. Hello, Ben Mintz.
Hello, Brandon Walker. How are you? Great to have all the other fellas back in here today.
To the bottom left that I can see, I've got Martin J. Mush. Hello, Marty.
How are you, twat bags? I'm looking good. I know. I got new teeth. Look at my teeth.
Look at Marty with the new teeth.
I look fantastic, and I am in fucking New Jersey for the first time in a month, so I feel nice.
It's good to see you. And, of course, last but certainly not least, with $50,000 in his pocket or in his bank account or probably in an envelope stuffed under his mattress somewhere, Rico Bosco. Hello, Rico.
Hey, Brandon. 2020's calling. Do you want me to take this now? Yeah, no, I'm not doing anything. Yeah, Man of the Year feature. I would just do the good day. I know NBC is talking to me about good day. I definitely need a polo. They promise sneakers. Let me give you a buzz back, and it has to be with Diane Sawyer. So I'll give you a buzz back. Thank you. Sorry, Brandon.
It's all right, man. It's all right. I appreciate it.
You got to take the calls. I'm at home. This is my lunch hour.
And now that I realize, I assume that phone's probably going to ring multiple times on this show. I can just feel it. So, but hey, congratulations, Rico. It was a well-earned victory.
Thanks. By the way, from doing podcasts with Marty, it's. You want to say minus 1,000 that my mic goes out 4 times in this hour?
Yeah.
Okay.
Minus
just
4,000.
so everyone knows.
But also, just letting everyone know, Rico said that he'll buy me stickies with his 50 grand. So it's something to be in sports. Yeah.
Stickies for the boys.
No, I was telling Marty on Walk the Line, Rico seems like to me he's going to come into the office with a bunch of envelopes filled with like $5 bills for people. Just
I said it was too much.
Here's your envelope with $5. Here's your envelope with $5. Here's your envelope with $5. But he's going to take Marty to Stickies, which is right across the street.
Rico, do you? I feel like you're a guy that doesn't trust the banks. Like your money's all over the place.
No comments.
Couple grand in the sugar bowl.
Brandon, you did.
Grand under the mattress.
Brandon, that's a good video idea though. We think we should recreate the Goodfellas thing in the office, like going through the back and like stuffing it in people's shirts. I like that.
Yeah, no. You just come in like the freight entrance there in the office and just come right up the freight elevator and you just you can see when you get there, Big Cat walks through with the table and he's holding it up above everybody and he puts it right in the middle of the room for you.
I like that. I think we should do that.
How you feeling though? Like it's $50,000.
Yeah, it's still honestly, it's still like the whole thing was like being on drugs, like I prepped on it the whole way. And then the first half goes out. So it was crazy. Even the way I got there, it was like Big Cat's like, get on the plane. I was like, I didn't have anything packed. It was nuts. I had to give up my extra comfort seat because I sat next to the guy from fucking Spring Breakers who smelt. It was nuts.
Your biggest advantage of that entire thing of being on the stream was that you were far away from everybody. They couldn't really hear what you were doing. Frank was yelling. I thought Frank was just there to watch the Super Bowl. I don't think he knew he was in the competition. And I think that once Elio hit his big ass bet, Eddie and Whitney freaked out and started betting, trying to hedge him and do crazy ones. And you kind of you almost did it. You had $9 grand on the over 34, but it didn't go through.
Yeah, I think Eddie said it well, if you rewatch the stream, I listened to what Eddie said, and he's not mad, but he was like, I didn't hear what he was saying. Dave said you got to announce the bets. He didn't say you have to hold hands with people and make sure that they listen. So every time I stood up, I was like, first down, 2,500. some guys were like locked in, some guys didn't hear it. I said it, and then I happened to luckily be next to Spider so that they were writing me down. Spider hooked it up, but I definitely announced everything. And then at a certain point, I just didn't panic was really the thing. And people like, oh, you kind of like sat on it. I put $5,000 on the first 2 plays, like as far as first down. I knew I needed the liquid. And then late, I really thought my best opportunity was to finish plus was the Chiefs getting the garbage touchdown.
Yeah.
If the Chiefs get the garbage touchdown, I get close to like 12, I think. So it is what it is. But I thought the liquid and then just the flow of the game, my eyeballs were just Kansas City wasn't stopping them. So every Tampa first down I hit and Tampa Bay was up. So they were going to play a little bit back, even though they were coming after Mahomes, they would give shit up underneath. So I thought the first halves, I hit for like $8,000 on first halves.
Let's slow this down here. You're not a fucking shop here.
I'm definitely not a shop.
First downs, and you didn't bet after that. You bet $7,000.
No, I was laying off on Chiefs plus 14.5. I still always thought the Chiefs would get inside of a football number, and then I thought the Chiefs would score. But yeah, I just figured let me just pound the first half. So that was the sharp play. The other thing is it's hard to find shit. I didn't want to go find scores and I was like, all right, I'm in the drive markets. Let me just hit them. And to be honest, it helped when Frank kept saying no first down, $1,000. So I just doubled up even more. I was going against them.
So when Whitney did the thing at the end, did he actually fool you?
1,000%. That's not so the thing is and the other thing you talk about preparation, I shut off my notifications on my phone. I shut off the banners. I shut off the calls. I shut off email. I didn't get one drop down. I didn't really drink beforehand. I didn't go to the bed. I didn't miss anything. I had my notepad. I knew what people were going after. But my brother was texting me at a certain point. It got like Jeopardy, where if you bet too much on Final Jeopardy, you only fuck yourself. He was like, yo, like the Chiefs aren't scoring twice. Eddie's out. Whitney's out. Frank's out. He's like, if the Bucs score, you're going to lose to Elio anyway. Just at this point, don't bet. But I did think that the Chiefs were going to score. That's why I was laying a little off. So when Whitney said, I had 10,000, I knew it was my own fault. But for laying off on the Chiefs, I shouldn't have done that.
Did you get the money yet?
Yes.
Oh. How's it feel to have $50,000 just given to you?
It's crazy.
Probably feels pretty good, I would just imagine.
It does. It feels good. It's fucking nuts. It's just still – that was the thing. It was like a business. You know, you went in a competition. It was hard, you know?
Marty, you're one of the biggest gamblers here at Barstool. You're in all of our gambling content. You were definitely – you most assuredly had to be in the competition. How did it feel to lose to Rico?
You know what? I wasn't in the competition, Brandon.
Oh.
I was in Detroit. But I'll tell you something that Mr. Portnoy did do for me. So we were rooting. It was Butler versus Marquette. Remember that bad beat that Butler came back? I had Marquette for $300, and I was like, it was like kind of like responsibly my last $300. And Dave said, "Shut the fuck up. I will give you $1,000 if Butler comes back because I can't hear you rooting against me." I said, "Sure, I'm in." Butler came back $1,000, and then Dave went to West Virginia. I didn't see him. And he comes back on Saturday, and he texts me before we go to dinner. He goes, "Do you want $1,000 in cash, or do you want $1,000 on Notre Dame?" I texted him back and said, "It's insulting to me that you even thought I would want $1,000 cash." And then when I saw him, he goes, "Yeah, I didn't even ask. I just put your $1,000 on it before I answered you."
I
got $2,000.
That's pretty good. That's pretty damn good.
I came in second place if you think about it.
That's exactly what you did. That's exactly what you did. Let me do this. So this Sunday in NASCAR, you're watching Pick Central, Barstool. We're on YouTube. Yes, we're all in different places. But NASCAR is back with their Super Bowl this week, the Daytona 500, Daytona, Florida, 2:30 Eastern Time on Fox. You know, NASCAR, Barstool, they go together like peanut butter and jelly. But NASCAR's got their big event this week. Barstool Sportsbook, Michigan, Pennsylvania, and it's going to be available other states very, very soon. It's so fun to bet NASCAR. It's so fun to get in on the action. You can get so many long shots, so many different side bets. It's great. It's fun. Check out the NASCAR Daytona 500 on Fox this weekend, 2:30, and make sure you're playing and you're betting these things on the Barstool Sportsbook. Michigan and Pennsylvania and other states, we are coming. All right, so we've got you guys here together for the first time. Me and Metz were together yesterday, just us. So we talked the Super Bowl, but we can clean up the Super Bowl right now. I'll start with you, Big Ev. The Super Bowl, to me, I lost responsibly everything. Everything I had. Everything, Ev. Ev, you're not hearing what I'm saying. Responsibly everything I lost. How'd you do?
Brandon, I literally, it was funny when I saw the day of the Super Bowl, when I saw that you did all the alternate lines again, the same way you did Alabama, that you did them to the Chiefs.
Yeah.
I was already on the Bucks, but that was a moment that I was like, this can't happen again, because I lost everything on Ohio State. And I lost, and then some, what you did on Kansas City. I lost all the money, and I lost my pride, my dignity.
Right.
Just any heart I had inside of me was just gone. So I did great. I was on the Bucks money line. I was on the Bucks spread heavy. I mean, I just felt like the Chiefs having both their tackles out, I just felt like was going to be such a problem with how good the front seven of the Bucks had been. That was my main thought process on betting the Bucks.
I knew it was going to be a problem too. I didn't think it was going to be that big of a problem. I thought like Andy Reid could figure his way around it. I thought Patrick Mahomes could figure his way around it. No, it was done.
I mean, they just have so many guys. Like that front seven is unbelievable.
Yeah,
and then
it really was.
David flying around everywhere too.
So I have I don't know if you guys talked about it. Did you guys see the story of supposedly the streaker?
Yes, I saw it today. No way it's real.
Wait. Hold on. Can you say supposedly again? Supposedly. Say it again.
Supposedly.
Okay, thank you. Keep going.
What's going on?
Supposedly.
That's not how you say that word at all.
Maybe it's
I say it like that too, but I know how to spell it.
So, did you guys fucking know that there was a pea and raspberry?
Yeah.
I swear to God, I never knew it was raspberry ever in my life.
Here's what I didn't like about that tweet. You said, "Did you guys know there was a pea and raspberry?" And you didn't put the P in there.
Yeah, because that's how you spell raspberry.
All right, go ahead. I interrupted you. I'm sorry.
That was the stupidest story that anyone has ever believed. That the man put 50 grand.
Explain for the people.
So the streaker that was streaking on the field. So he said that he put 50 grand on plus 750 for a streaker to come onto the field during the Super Bowl. And then he was the one that did it. So, and it was only $1,000 for bail. So he won whatever that 50,000 plus 750.
It was like 300. Profited 374,000.
That's just not. There's just no way that's possible because everyone would. I would streak every fucking game if I could do that.
It would have been done 10 times over already.
Yes, there's no way that could happen.
Rico.
There's limits on even the first song because they know people are at the rehearsals.
People leak it. Yeah,
they're not doing that. They're just not doing that. It's just not.
It's not. It's not even real. To like actually, you don't gamble if you don't know. Because literally, I'd be at every single game I could be at to do it.
You know what it reminded me of? Like the week I started at Barstool, Tiger Woods won the Masters. And there was a story about this guy that bet $85,000 on Tiger Woods to win the Masters at like plus whatever and won a whole bunch of money. And it was reported that was his first bet that he ever placed in his life, 85 grand on Tiger Woods to win the Masters. Like, no, you don't go. You don't just sit around and say, I'm going to make a bet today. It's going to be my first bet ever, $85,000 on Tiger Woods. Just like this guy. No, you don't. You can't juice a market like that. You can't just get around a market like that saying, you know what? I'm going to put $50,000 on me running naked on the field and I'm going to win $400,000.
85 grand is just a weird number too. There's no way you just came up with that one out of nowhere.
Well, you know what 85 grand is. That's a guy that bets big, wins big, and just happens to have 85 grand in that particular account.
Yeah.
Like you don't bet 85 grand. Like we've all been there where your last bet is like $71 or $127 or $36. You know,
maybe 40 cents. I've maybe done that before.
40 whatever's left in there. In fact, the last bet I made in the Barstool Sportsbook the other day was $59 at plus 440 for the Chiefs. I was like, fuck it. I just $59 bet. So that's what $85,000 bet is.
Oh, wait. So what is I've of course watched every show before this. So this is people's messages. Was this pre-recorded?
Yes, this is pre-recorded. This is not live, Philly Outsider. This is not live at all.
No.
What the fuck's wrong with these people, huh?
If it was live, I mean, we'd be looking like idiots.
Do we take breaks on the show or no?
Oh, you haven't been on Pick Central.
No.
No,
I haven't been on.
we do not take breaks. We just go straight through. Actually,
Love
now
that.
that I look at it, Big F hasn't been here. You haven't been here. Rico's been here once. It's just basically me and Mintz.
Yeah. The show went from Canseco, Mississippi to the Big Apple. What can you say?
Yeah,
Hey,
this is.
Mincy, did you pick that art piece yourself?
I picked that what? Yeah,
That
clearly.
art piece
The
yourself?
Airbnb in Hell's Kitchen has a great aesthetic. Great aesthetic here.
I thought you lived with Fran.
Nah, me and Playboy Marty got an Airbnb in Hell's Kitchen till the end of the month, but I'm currently shopping. We're looking around for where we're at. In
Are you sticking with Playboy Marty?
Always love Playboy.
How are you still at Airbnb? You've been here like 4 months.
Well, they made it. Man, my rent in this Airbnb is cheaper than my rent was in the Garden District of Baton Rouge. We're paying $12.80 each a month without a deposit. Damn sure I'm to stick here. As
Wait
long
a
as I
minute,
get that deal.
Baton Rouge has a garden district?
I know, hard to believe.
I want to put a bet on Mincy like minus 2,000 that he mentions Baton Rouge or Mississippi once during the show.
I think that's the lock of the day. That's the lock of the week.
All right, so I got a couple of things I want to talk about the Super Bowl, but we got to talk about a little bit of Barstool stuff. Rico, I know what you're going to say, but I still need you to say it out loud for everybody. So you won $50,000, and the night's about Rico and this, and there's another guy that used that night to put out a challenge to challenge you about first week of March Madness. And if you win, he quits, and if he wins, whatever. So I know what you're going to say, but I still need people want to hear what you have to say about that challenge.
Sure. I'm just going to calmly ask this, and you could all nod your heads or plead the fifth, whatever you want to do. Or the chat could do it. Is it not the most predictable thing you've ever seen from what I've been telling you since day one?
Can I actually make a comment on that?
Please.
Me and Quiggs have been on quarantine together. We were watching the Super Bowl, and I swear to God, on my mother's life, when he tweeted the announcement coming, whatever, I swear to God, I looked at Quiggs, I showed him, and I said, I guarantee he challenges Rico to a handicapping competition. I guarantee it. I called my shit. It was the most predictable thing in the world. My thing is, even people throwing around when Dave back threw around $350K for the boxing match or whatever. I'm just at the point even the thought of it doesn't even get me excited anymore because I just know Rico well enough to know that it could be $20 billion.
But
it's not going to happen.
I agree with I know it's not going to happen, but can you imagine Rico adds to his body count by beating him in a competition?
Oh, I mean, it would the content would be incredible, 100%.
I mean, he just literally makes the guy quit because he was better at college basketball. Imagine telling your mother that.
I mean, you have to do, Rico, you do have to consider that. You're sitting on your saddle right now. You already have 2 scalps in your bag. You know, you got the RIP Blackjack and LaDuca. You got those scalps in your bag. You could take this one out too, and that would be a pretty big scalp to put in there.
I think first off, can you hear me? Because my mic went out once already. So
Yeah,
count that up. It's 1. Okay. I think what I've been saying from the get-go, I'm going to let that one play out naturally. That one's sweet. That's a sweeter victory.
So we've all done the math at Barstool headquarters, and we figured out that the guy that challenged you, his contract is probably up right around March Madness. Because we think he came on right as COVID started. So he might be 1 foot. He might be thinking he's leaving anyway, and he's just throwing this out at you and trying to get a little traction. I don't know. I don't know the answer. I do think it was brilliant gamesmanship on his part. Just to try to put the onus on you.
Listen, there's certain people who've succeeded here. Alex Cooper says she won't do stuff with Tommy. It's bad for the brand. I abide by the same rules. That's just it. That's what I say. Anybody else? I waited for a bus for Mincy after dinner mints.
You did.
Yeah, I'll help. Nick Burks is in the fucking mentorship program. Logan, I'll help anybody here. Ev gets rides down. I'll drive north to get Brandon to go south. I'll help everybody here. There's a lot of lunch. I'll do whatever. But as long as you're not, Marty, you're a star on your own, bro. You're Lady Gaga. Your star is born.
Well, goddamn, fuck you.
What?
Well, fuck you then.
I just said I drove north to help you out. I'm just saying.
I drove to Philly, Rico. You said you drove north to pick me up.
Rico Bosco, baby. Rico
We got in my car and I drove.
I knew I was possibly needing to get on that plane. I needed my own car.
I drove Big Ev all the way to Hoboken, and Hoboken sucks.
Yeah, I did that. Me and Ev, we waited in a fucking marsh one time.
Oh, wait. Let me say this. Hoboken
thought we
doesn't
were
suck,
fools.
but it sucks to drive through.
Dude,
Yeah. A security guard for a power plant pulled over and thought we were fooling around because it was so late. We were on a dark street.
Throw them in the marsh. When I say you throw them in the marsh, you throw them in the marsh.
Y'all taking the body down to Pine Barrens, Rico?
No, I haven't. But we did the video. I want to get down there. How much longer? I got Fallon waiting.
No, go ahead. Can you just call them and tell them that no? Breaking: the Big Ten has relocated the 2021 Big Ten basketball tournaments from United Center to Lucas Oil in Indianapolis. Indianapolis is going to be the place.
It's almost just makes too much. I feel like everyone's going to go to Indianapolis.
Yep.
That's what I said. You're better off just going there.
I kind of like the breaking news on the bottom.
I do
love it.
This is kind of like a good show.
Well, I wouldn't go that far, but all right. So, did you guys see that Tom Brady Super Bowl texted Tyrann Mathieu, texted Honey Badger, and apologized immediately after the Super Bowl?
Really?
Yeah,
yes.
That's a Tom Brady thing.
I was saying, that's very Brady-esque.
Well, I think that's also, hey, everybody, look at me. I'm apologizing to this guy. Kind of. It's feels like a little bit of, hey, look how great I am.
No, Tom Brady's social media manager is pretty much Rico Bosco. It's like, let me be some things are bigger than sports, and he puts it out there. But like in reality, Tom Brady wanted to jaw off to Tyrann Mathieu and be
in reality, Tom Brady is Rico Bosco.
Yes, exactly.
Collecting scalps and getting people fired. But
heart of a champion. Nobody believed in him. Heart of a champion. You're right, Marty. That's a good comparison.
Yeah, you're right. Nobody believed in Tom Brady.
He was drafted in the 7th round, Brandon. Maybe pick up a newspaper.
He was drafted in the 6th round, 199th pick. You pick up a newspaper.
6th round.
Somehow in the show already, Rico's already been compared to Tom Brady and Alex Cooper.
No, he hasn't been compared. He's compared himself to him. When you say he's been compared, you're implying that I said it or you said it or Rico said it.
Well, I thought you said the Brady thing. He said the Cooper thing.
I'm in her mentorship program. That's who I report to.
Who's eating chips?
I think that's in Rico's house.
That's my house. Give me a chip now. They need me to see a chip. Can I have a chip?
I'd like to point out that my wife has actually returned from grocery shopping and is quietly putting up groceries. And Rico's just over there eating chips.
I gotta eat them.
All right.
Wait.
Rico. Go ahead.
What?
Okay, I got it. All right.
Well,
So
no, my one unmuted. Let's ask them what do they think about my trivia team against.
okay.
What's going on here, fellas?
It ain't in my house. Is Rico frozen? Rico! All right, let me get control of this shit. So the dozen trivia, okay? This Thursday night, huge team, Team O with Owen, big man on campus, and Tyler O'Day. But Monday night.
Okay, Jimmy.
Your mic's out, Rico.
Your mic's out. You muted yourself. You ruined the. What?
So what are you gonna do? What are you gonna say about Owen, Rico?
He's all right. He's all right. He's got a ball on his account. Though, you know what I mean? Took a ball.
All right. So Monday night, though, the dozen. This was announced by Jeff D. Lowe. I'm going to announce it here. I don't know if you guys have heard about this. Marty Mush, who is part of the worst team in dozen history, who scored 2 points with Dana and Jack McCarthy. Well, actually, there's a two-way tie for the worst team in dozen history. It's them and the Yankee boys. But Marty will be back Monday night, and his team is Marty Mush, Evan Longoria, and Terrence Ross.
I love it.
Pretty good team. I'm not sure. They both said, I think I'm good at trivia.
See, but my thing is, I feel like people that they both have been in the league for a long time. I feel like they're just not going to know anything about anything.
So what I'm scared of is
idea.
Jeff DeLow I think he'll write questions like with current players in mind, and they'll be pretty good. Like DK wrote some questions with current players in mind, and DK was pretty good at those. So I think he'll do the same thing with these guys. But Marty Mush, Evan Longoria, and Terrence Ross. Only in America. What kind of world do we live in?
And Longoria's been in the league for what? Like 15 years?
That's not forever.
Yeah. So he'll at least hopefully know a lot of things about what's going on.
Terrence Ross has got to be in the NBA for close to 10 years, right?
Yeah, he's been there a long time.
He's 29, so
close.
Yeah, close probably.
All right, let's go with what else we got? So which one of y'all is taking over Barstool Outdoors?
Not nice.
No, it's open. That's not it's open.
I will be doing a video involving outdoors soon.
I think everybody should just do one or two videos about outdoors and let see what happens.
I still really think my idea of being like doing when $20 chef worked here, like doing a $19 chef, doing weed walk instead of wine walk, doing like all knockoff shows would be a fucking hit at Barstool.
Pardon my Jake.
Yeah.
After lunch, Marty.
Or we did a show like and we called it like Walk the Line, but it was Pick Central just earlier.
Yeah, no, that's exactly it.
What are we? Hold on.
You have a house full of Mitzi?
Somebody was delivering food to Playboy Marty. My bad, guys.
Did they leak your address again? 1801 Ocean Avenue?
I ain't living no Ocean Avenue. I can tell you that.
Man. Yo, check out this hat. Check out this hat Elio gave me.
We can't see it. Portnoy. Their names. Okay.
It's their horse company.
Bornonier. I don't know how you say his last name. Is that close?
Yeah, something like that. He's connected.
All right. What about Jose Canseco? Have you seen his tweets last night?
He's an idiot.
Yes. Clown.
He's an idiot. He's a coward. He's a shyster. He took a dive. He took us for $1 million, but it's going to help us in the long run because we're going to get bigger stars than him. But he tweets at Dave last night, call him. I just remember chowder-filled mouth. That's all I remember. And then he said, "Put the weed down and focus on your failing business."
# crumbling empire.
Crumbling empire.
After he just made $1 million off this brand.
It is a bold move to take a dive in 5 seconds and let a 22-year-old beat you up for 5 seconds. Take $1 million and then say the business is failing.
Well, you know what? Business. Credit to Jose. He's up on Barstool News. Barstool Outdoors, that's out. So Jose, he's up. At least he's up on the news. We are crumbling. How are we going to replace that? And we lost the #1 video game salesman, T-shirts, a couple months. So we need Pick Central to fucking rally.
Well, no, I mean I don't know what you're talking about. That guy's irreplaceable. We can't replace that guy. He was #1 jersey salesman. There you go. Get my name out of your filthy New England chowder-filled mouth.
Well, how do you take a dive when we also we made so much money off Rough and Rowdy? So crumbling is pretty stupid to say. Second, I actually I've said this before. When Dave's initial reaction was I feel bad for Jose Canseco, I did a little bit too because it was such a sad sack of shit. It was just he was on top. It was he looked like a sad puppy. But then once you hear about everything, he's an absolute scumbag. But he could have done so many better tweets than that. Still going at Barstool. He could have had such a better tweet than fucking that. And who's he talking to? He's not even tagging anybody.
Yeah, it was just that was Sam. That was the weirdest part. I'm at home and my dog is barking. When my wife goes outside, my dog stands in the window and whines because she's the only one he likes.
Well,
I don't know what I was talking about.
That's a fastball in the zone. I'm not going to touch that one. You and the dogs, I'm not touching that one.
Oh, because he killed one.
Okay, you said it, not me.
Oh, I forgot. That's on me. Sorry about that.
Well, first of all, let me congratulate you on your class, Rico, for not touching that one at all.
I took that pitch. We're up 7 runs. I'm having a good show. I took the pitch.
How are you up 7 runs?
One base at a time.
Are you keeping score of who's having a good show? How are you having a good show?
Yes, it's 7, Mincy 7, Ev 7, Marty 7. You had one. You had a good open. 7-1.
All right. So Baylor is now the money line, or Baylor is now the betting favorite to win the national championship.
Makes sense.
I think they're plus 200, and Gonzaga's plus 3, maybe 350. I don't think it makes sense, but you guys are more college basketball than me. I still think Gonzaga. I still love Gonzaga. I still think two-man, they're the best team in the country, but I know Baylor's been handling their business a little bit better than Gonzaga has.
But that's the thing. So that's where I've been saying, like, I know it doesn't really matter who's number 1 and who's number 2 because they're both going to be number 1 seeds in the tournament. But it's like Baylor's hasn't won a game by less than 7 points, and they're playing in the best conference in the league. They're the best conference. I don't care what anyone says. I think that's Big 12 first, Big 10 second. And I also think that if you're handling your business in Big 12 like that, and Gonzaga like lets teams play with them now in the first half. Like they like literally letting like BYU and like Pacific fucking sting around, like, and they're playing down their competition, I think.
But don't you think they're just bored? Like they're just dicking around because they know there's nothing out there that can. There's no reason for them to get up for these games. I think they can turn it back on when March hits. That maybe the first round they get plugged back in.
But that's the thing. Them having to turn it back on could be scary because it's like if they don't turn it back on, not right away, then someone that like who's been playing at a better, higher competition can just pummel them in the first half and then they'll struggle.
Well, that being said, can Baylor stay at this level for 35, 36, 37 games? It's nobody else ever has.
They're gonna lose once at least once in the Big 12. They're probably it could be 2 or 3 times in the Big 12, but I still think that also helps them going into March, like with a loss on their record as well. I know it sounds stupid, but I don't think going undefeated also is like not having that loss, not having that coming down from grace a little bit. It doesn't help you in the tournament.
No, that's always been something that's been argued every time somebody gets close to being undefeated. Like I remember Stanford and St. Joe's went undefeated in 2004, and everybody always says they need a loss going to the tournament so that they don't have you have the tournament hanging over you and the undefeated record hanging over you. You need to be able to at least get that off your chest. So I agree. I don't think that's a crazy take at all. But I do think Baylor and Gonzaga far and away the 2 best teams in the country. Like who is 3? Who's who's ranked number 3? Who's the 3rd best team in the country?
The Buckeyes. The Ohio State Buckeyes are the 3rd best team.
No, I still think it's Michigan, and then the Buckeyes are 3B. I don't think they're 4.
We're deep as
You're
hell.
deep. No, yesterday, even though it was Maryland, they were the hottest team, and they're good.
They beat out the rat line.
Beat out the rat line. But Michigan, I don't know. I think Michigan, it's going to be tough coming back from the Cocoa, but like, I don't know.
If you guys could take Gonzaga and Baylor or the field, what would you take?
Field.
I'd take Gonzaga Baylor.
Gonzaga Baylor. I would lay up to 175 with that.
Too much of a target on their back, Big Ev.
I think I would probably take the field too, but I understand I could be better. Buzzsaw.
I mean, I think I don't know who's gonna Gonzaga when they get locked back in. I do think they'll get locked back in. I just don't know who's going to outplay them for 40 minutes. And I know they've had a couple close calls, but who gives a shit? It doesn't matter right now. And in March, I don't know who's outplaying that team for 40 minutes outside of Baylor.
No, you're right. It's just that, but March is obviously the fucking craziest time of the year, and it's if some team gets hot, they're I don't know. That's why March Madness is the best. It's not clear cut.
Well, that's
like one of the first years where it really seems like it's clear cut.
Yeah. But we put that tweet out today, and like literally within 10 minutes. That's what's great about the day after the Super Bowl. It seems like everybody's now coming back in, like March Madness. They're all tuned in, So the comments were flying. Is there anybody you guys would take a flyer on in the Barstool Sportsbook as far as somebody with value
Texas
that you like?
I'm about to look it up right now.
Well,
Texas
I go with I'm stealing Mark and Philly's take of a team who's been there before. Mark and Philly said Virginia. I kind of like that. Virginia's 25-1, and they've done it before.
Yeah, I equated them to like the girl you get back and forth with at the party. Like I don't love her again. I don't know if we're fully back together, but she looks good. I'm staring at her across the party.
Yeah, but
again.
also realize who they're playing in the ACC, where the ACC is really down this year.
A lot of people said Oklahoma at 40-1. I know TJ's gonna like it. Some people say Rutgers. Florida State at 20-1 would be my pick. That's the style of play, and I know the ACC stinks. Great coach, physical guys. I would say Florida State at 20-1.
I love that, but I'm on Texas Tech plus 1400.
You were on Texas Tech preseason though, so credit to you on there. They're playing well.
All right, so I have a topic. Okay, we're gonna get to picks at the end of the show, or in just a minute, about 10 minutes. I have a topic. So, Dog Walk, one of the great podcasts here at Barstool. I think one of the most consistently top shelf podcasts we have. Dog Walk, especially when they do the drafts. I love them. So they did a snake draft of the worst days of the year. I'm going to flip that for this discussion, and I want to talk about the 5 best sports days of the calendar, the 5 best days of sports of the entire year. And you correct me if I'm wrong, okay?
Wait, you doing your 5?
I'm just going to list the 5, and we can discuss off of that. Or if you just guys want to throw them out, we can do it however you want.
No, you do 5, and we'll discuss.
Because that's what I was going to do until you stop.
Well, because I kind of want to do a little snake rat, a little snake draft. But you know what?
I don't want to copy the whole idea. I mean, that's their deal.
Oh, but we never copy ideas at Barstool.
Well, no, we do. But it's hard to do a snake draft when I just told you about it 5 seconds ago.
All right, start from 5.
Start from 5. All right, Masters Sunday.
Okay.
Masters Sunday.
Good pick. Have your up.
Number 4. I hate you so much. But Rico, you're having a great show.
8-1. 8-1.
All right.
Your mic's out.
Times.
Number 4, opening day of baseball. I don't care about it, but a lot of people do. Number 3, Thanksgiving Day. NFL, always a couple of good college games, and you're home and you're full. Number 2, first day of college football in September. And number 1, the first day of March Madness tournament in March. Those are my 5 best days in sports.
So you're crazy if anyone else's number 1 is not what you said. I think that's clear cut number 1. Only one opening day baseball doesn't get me going.
It doesn't get me going either, but it's hard to get to 5.
Switch that one out for first day of NFL. I think. Switch out first day of baseball for first day of NFL football.
There's something about the weather for first day of baseball and getting out there and the sunshine and the spring and all that.
I agree a little. Like you want a hot dog, you want a nice beer. Like it starts like when baseball starts, you think summer's coming.
Yes. It's hope.
Yeah.
I think sometimes that can be dependent on how the weather is literally where you're at. Like on that day, if it's like a cold March day, like end of March, early April, if it's like a cold day, I feel like it doesn't hit the same if it's like sunny and like 60. And then you're really feeling like that baseball spring headed towards summer type vibe.
Rico?
First 2 days of the tournament.
Okay, that's 2 days.
That's 1 and 2 for me. I'm sorry. 3, opening day does get the juices flowing. Opening day of college football. And then the other one that's sneaky to me is always Kentucky Derby Saturday. NFL playoffs. NBA playoffs, NHL playoffs. And for years, there was a Mayweather fight.
Yeah.
So
I guess.
Kentucky Derby Saturday was big, it felt like. Plus, you might overlap with Cinco de Mayo. You got to factor that in.
Sure.
When holiday and sports holidays, that's a twofer.
Isn't there a day where there is all like every sport is on?
October, usually somewhat time in October where sometimes if the World Series goes long enough, you'll have all 4.
Yeah, that's a fantastic day.
But you can't bank on that every single year. So it may happen, it may not.
I thought it happened. All right, yeah.
Also, the start of conference tournaments for basketball are really slept on as well.
I didn't want to
I
make
don't
it.
know about this.
Well, yeah, you're right. College basketball, but conference tournaments might be better than the NCAA tournament because
Like there's pretty much just as many games. That week, like that whole week, there is so many games.
I like the conference tournaments, but in no way, shape, or form can they be compared to the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, because they've played each other all year.
Oh, you just had a bad moment there, Rico. I got to take 3 points away from you, buddy.
that week of 5 days holds pretty good to those two.
Sorry.
One day, it was only this year they did it, but the first week of the NFL playoffs when they had the triple headers was awesome. I don't know if that's going to become a thing going forward, but the 3 playoff games in one day was cool, I thought.
And I think it's a little closer between the first couple of days of March Madness and the first day of college football than you guys would like to say. I think first day of college football is pretty awesome too.
No, that's just because that's your favorite thing. Like that,
March Madness is your favorite thing. I'm acknowledging that March Madness is number one because you know what March Madness has? It has that getting out of work feel to it too. Like you're doing this during a work day, and it was always spring break for me in school was you get to stay home and watch March Madness. And it has that.
Yeah, no, I think because I think taking my bias out of college basketball being my favorite, I still think that's everyone's it's every one of your buddies is coming over. You're not going to school Thursday, Friday, even though this year it's Friday. Like you said, cutting out. But college football, I know it's a good I don't think it's even close to number one.
I would put it number two very solidly.
I would put Brandon before they change the bowls. New Year's Day is better than opening day because opening day you have Sam Houston State against Mississippi State, and Sam Houston State usually pulls the upset. But regardless, I'd rather do the bowls back in the day when it was 12-12.
Add a point.
I would say Rico just got his points back.
I just gave you your points back. Fuck. Dang it.
I don't know if one day June's really underrated with NHL finals, NBA finals, College World Series, U.S. Open, and golf are all right together.
Mincy's been trying to get this College World Series to get on this show so bad.
True.
He's a huge college baseball guy. He wants to launch it a little bit further. I'm aware of what, Rico?
I would like to go. Omaha seems like a cool thing for a day.
All right, let's go then. We'll go this year.
Do it. Penn Gaming. We got a casino in Council Bluffs, Iowa. It's right there. We can go to
man.
That's right across the border, right? It's like sitting right on top of
It's literally right there. It's 5 minutes away.
I do like how Rico. You're right. Really, one day it seems cool.
But you know what else? Low key about Mincy. We know that he does the poker stuff. We know he does sports gambling stuff. He knows the location of every casino in America.
Oh yeah,
that's a fact.
Oh, he's got it all mapped out.
Like, he didn't have to think about that. He didn't have to say – he was like, there's one in Council Bluffs. Who knows there's a casino in Council Bluffs, Iowa?
Going out west, summertime theme. Let's do it. Let's go.
Mitzi won like 10 grand there in a poker tournament back in 2012.
Yeah,
You're
that's
right.
the other thing. I discovered that last week, that every single sports story he has – I went to the Super Bowl in 2009. I went to this in 2004. It starts with him saying – so I won $7 grand at a poker tournament and decided to go to the Super Bowl. Okay.
If I would have not gone to the Super Bowl, maybe I'd still have some of that money. But
Brandon, you even did his head tilt during that too.
I've been around him too much. I'm starting to. I woke up this morning. And my wife looked at me. I went, "Sup, fellas?" She didn't know what I was doing. She thought I was having a seizure. But I'm all right.
Brandon
has roll call with his kids in the morning just to say, "Sup, fellas."
Sup, fellas. That's my favorite part about Sup, fellas. Isn't the actual Sup, fellas? It's the fact that he says it with his whole body. Do it, man. Sup, fellas.
Sup, fellas.
Right.
Those shoulders pop.
All right. So I don't know the standings right now. I don't know who's winning. I don't know who's losing.
Oh, I know I'm not winning. I got lit up the last 2 days.
If you took every gamblers pretty much at the Super Bowl, we were like 9-74.
Shout out to Ev. Ev was on the right side. Got to give him some credit.
Yeah, he was like 6 of the 9.
I don't want to count the Super Bowl. I don't think that should count. I'd like to just do college basketball and basketball and hockey. All right, I gotta do a little piece of business right here, fellas. I've seen this stuff on Marty's before. It looks incredible. He's like their guy. Cuts Clothing is a sponsor of Pick Central now. Cuts Clothing. They got the shirts, the polos, the hoodies, the crew sweatshirts. Made for the man who works hard, plays hard, and never sells for less. All in the sport of business. So I don't understand. I mean, I don't think Marty plays hard or works hard. So, but he still wears the Cuts clothing. You love the Cuts clothing.
Let me explain something about Cuts clothing. It's the softest thing you'll ever wear. Luke Voigt wears it. He was the home run king last year. It is the best quality of clothing. And if you don't know how to dress well when you go out, if you just wear that and jeans, you look like a cool guy.
Signature buttery soft Pika Pro Tri-Blend Tee. It's a bold new take on a classic design, combining the ultimate blend of high-quality fabrics. It's the perfect T-shirt. They have accomplished that at Cuts Clothing, and they are uniquely engineering stuff to fit your life. You can go to, let's see, where we got here, cutsclothing.com/picks. Cutsclothing.com/picks, P-I-C-K-S, for 15% off the only shirt worth wearing. Let's kick 2021 off the right way, starting with your wardrobe. Again, cutsclothing.com/picks. Get 15% off your first order. All right. So
you think if they ever got mad at us, they would change the promo code to Dicks? Be like, yeah, they can't read the promo code correctly, and they would change it to Dicks?
-1.
I'm asking. I'm just generally asking.
just lost a point. You're down to, let's see, you were at 8. You went down to 5. So you're at 7 now.
All right,
you're
7.
I'm doing too much.
Yeah, you're doing too much. You're forcing the ball now is what you're doing.
I swung.
I'm gonna make all week in the gambling contest. You made good, sharp decisions. Stay within yourself. Stay within yourself.
Rico, you never said thank you to me. I sat next to you, I felt like I was a nice little calm factor to you.
You did. You got things coming your way.
Wait a second. I watched the stream. You weren't sitting next to Rico.
He did. He was just off the camera.
Yeah, I was off camera.
He was there, and Marty will attest to it. Marty, I almost hit submit on 9,900 on the Bucks team total, and I had 32.5.
Yep, you did.
Oh, that would have been awful.
Yeah, Frank would have won.
God, that would have been great then.
With $200. Can you imagine that?
So I watched the stream, and you had White Sox Dave, who's just whatever. Set him aside. He's just White Sox Dave. Then you had Whitney, who looked like he's sitting out on the back porch, kicking it with his guys. He's enjoying himself. You look like you were on trial. Frank looked like he was flying first class in a jet. Didn't have a care in the world of where he was going. He took Dave's cup holder.
Yeah,
he's just living his life.
The cup holder is an all-time moment.
I saw in live time, I almost left. It was so fucking funny. He had no regard for that cup holder. And even during the middle of the game where everyone's freaking out, like Rico is freaking out, everyone's getting their bets in, and one of the waitresses brings over 20 hot dogs, and he just takes one and goes, "Who's filming me? Who's filming me?" And I'm going there filming him. And all he does is he strikes. He goes, "This hot dog, strike 3, you're out." I was like, "What does that mean?" He almost wanted to kill me because I didn't know what striking out a hot dog meant.
Wait, there was free hot dogs from our casino. You didn't like them?
No, he hated them.
I love that there was no situational awareness at all. It was just like,
no, it doesn't matter where it's from. It's part of the game for him.
All right, who wants to talk about? Oh, there's the standings right there. Marty Bush is in first. That's embarrassing.
Let's go.
Wait, that's incorrect.
That's what it says.
It says how are we all down all these? How are we 500 and down all these units?
We're all idiots.
But I mean, I'm not. I'm 24 and 23. I'm not down 10 units.
I don't know what to tell you, Big Ev. It's just right there. I don't know how you're down 10 units. I think they just.
I have a good lead, boys.
Did you hit money lines?
Me?
No, Ev.
Literally just one, just the Bucks money line, but.
Yeah, but that wouldn't mean you were down units. I don't know. Maybe they're wrong.
Rico's 6 and 15 and still ahead of me. That's what I know. I'm really good.
Rico's 6 and 15 with $50,000 in his pocket. I hate this company sometimes.
I gave everything back with college basketball. I was doing so well, and then it's been a mess.
All right, who wants to go first? Rico, you're the one. You're the man of the hour.
Whoa!
What?
Who's in first place?
You haven't been on the show in 2 weeks.
I was in Detroit.
You haven't been on. You can't just come in here, call. Okay, fine, go.
I'm
fine,
in first,
go.
Am I in first place?
I don't think so.
All right.
I don't care what that scroll says.
Everyone knows that the new prime time of sports is at 4:30 on a Tuesday. Duke is playing Notre Dame. Yes.
I've got to stop you. Don't do this.
He doesn't learn. He never learns. He never learns.
Mark.
Never
They
learns.
stink.
And I'm not even. And you know, Rico, I have admitted I am done. They do stink. It's over.
But you're not done.
But
Bet them.
they've beat Notre Dame already. They're -7. They're so bad. They're -7. You got to take them. There it is. Duke -7, Alabama -6, Michigan State -3, and Texas Tech -5. I still think that Texas Tech is going to blow them out tonight.
That's a very square card right there.
Oh, it's the squarest you could have.
No system plays today, Marty?
What?
No system plays today?
No, there's none today.
All right, so Rico, you go next.
Okay, I am taking Michigan State -2.5, Kentucky, Arkansas over 43.5, and it's going to look bad because of the graphic, but now I have to shove it up Marty's ass. Notre Dame money line.
Oh man!
Wow.
I got to teach him a lesson. I got to teach these guys a lesson.
Teach him a
He will
lesson.
not listen. He won't listen.
You won't.
You know?
Listen. They're gonna win today. That's just where they win. They don't go under 500.
I'll take it.
Neither does Kentucky, but they're 5-12.
They're really bad. They can't fucking hit a shot.
All right, I'll go next. Okay, so the NBA also plays tonight, boys. I don't know if you guys noticed. NBA, I'm sure you're coming, right? So I got Knicks +6 against the Heat, Spurs -1 against the Warriors, Blazers -6 against the Magic, NC State -1.5 against Syracuse, Alabama -6. I have a feeling Alabama's going to be this today's play where everybody has it. MSU, Michigan State -3, and Texas Tech -5.5. I actually agree with Marty. I think Texas Tech is going to handle their business there. So, yeah. Ben Metz.
All right. I don't feel great, but I'm on the opposite side of this Texas Tech game. I have West Virginia +5.5 of Colorado State by 17. I've been kind of Rico. You got me watching this Mountain West a little bit. I'm pretty
Great
impressed.
conference.
I'm taking Dayton +1.5. They lost by like 50 against VCU in the first game, but they've been playing a lot better. Now they're only a 1.5-point home dog. I smell a rat there. I think Dayton is the home dogs live. I got TCU by 6.5, and I'm the New Orleans Pelicans, winner of 3 in a row, hosted Houston, catching the Rockets on a back-to-back. I'm going with the Pels tonight.
Rockets got killed last night, too, didn't
Yeah,
they?
Pelicans suddenly looking a little better, playing good last few days.
All right, Big F.
All right, NBA, just one pick for NBA today. I'm on the Knicks also. I got them +7 this morning. College basketball, I'm thinking sharp today. I got Notre Dame +7.5. I got South Carolina +6. I got Kentucky in a pick'em. I got Vanderbilt +5.5. I got the over 156 in Bama, South Carolina, and over 156 in Vandy, Auburn. I got NC State -1 and St. John's +1. Even though this line is just such a rat line and screams Butler, St. John's has been so hot. Posh Alexander's the guy. St. John's.
I have 2 questions. One, what do we all think about that? I stared at the Kentucky game for a while. -0.5. Or obviously, it's when you look at the numbers, Arkansas has a way better record, but they haven't played particularly great. They haven't really beat anyone really good. But just like I just feel like I keep finding myself betting on Kentucky.
Don't overthink it. Just take the over.
Yeah.
I'm taking Kentucky because they were +4, +3.5, +4 against Tennessee. Total rat line should have been Kentucky. Kentucky didn't end up covering. They were winning like most of the game.
They should have covered that game.
I feel like the law averages this one has to come through. So I'm on Kentucky money line.
Okay, and another question is completely is way away from college basketball. Did you see what Russell Wilson said on the Dan Patrick show?
Trying to get away from that Seattle O-line.
He said, "I'm not sure if I'm available or not. That's a Seahawks question. It's regarding a trade. Like, do you think there's any truth to that?"
He's a cultured guy. Why is he doing that? Like, he knows what he's doing there. He knows that's getting out. He knows that that's a story. Just say you want to be traded. Don't say, "Oh, I don't know if I'm available." I'm pretty sure you do. You know how to read your contract. You know where you're at. You're a smart guy. Why do that?
What was the context though? Because I feel like that's one where a reporter could just ask a question. He'd be like, "I don't know if I'm on the block." Like that's not a me question, and then it kind of gets twisted by the media into like, "Oh, like."
Also, Big Eb, you also know you're one of my good friends here. You know I didn't look for the context. You know I just read the one quick quote.
That's fair. That's why I was posing it to the group because I was like, I feel like that's a weird. Like whenever you ask about trades with somebody, you always can kind of just ask, "Oh, you think there's a chance to get traded?" The guy says, "I don't know," and then all of a sudden you're talking about fucking the guy getting traded.
+1 Marty, baby.
Yep. All right. Congratulations, Marty. Congratulations, Rico. You
You know
guys.
what we should do? There's no sports show where they add up the points as it goes, right? Like a competition. Should we do that?
Pretty good. Yes.
We should add it. We should add in a third party host.
Yeah, and he adds up the points,
They
right?
could have little. They could have buzzers.
What do you think we should call, like, around the picks around the world? I don't know.
Maybe each week we cut the show up in segments. Maybe the guys in last gets kind of pulled off.
Oh, and Brandon actually has a good setup to have put like a whiteboard behind him and put wacky sayings on it.
It's not a bad idea.
Brandon kind of looks like a guy that would put funky sayings on a whiteboard. That makes sense.
You guys having fun? You enjoying
I'm
yourself?
this is fun. I enjoy being back.
I love
Shout
getting
out.
the crew back together for sure.
Tony Reali's a Staten Island guy. Maybe we could just get him to jump ship, host the show.
All right.
Friends with his cousins. I know his 2 cousins.
Okay, I got it. We know you know people. What was the other question? There was one more question I had to ask you guys before we got out of here.
Oh, the Russell Wilson thing. I think he's bitching about that O-line. He's just been taking a lot of hits.
So with Russell Wilson, I don't think he's available. I don't think the Seahawks are going to make him available. But let's just pretend for a second he would be available. This could be an all-time fun offseason with so many quarterbacks. We've already got Stafford moving and Goff moving. Deshaun Watson could be going. Aaron Rodgers, maybe not. I don't know. Nobody knows. This could be like an incredibly historic offseason. It'll probably be a dud and nobody will move. Outside of Deshaun Watson, he'll move. But it's exciting to think about that.
Where do you think Wentz is going to go?
It's more exciting with that, where like every quarterback that's being like whispered, it's just like, okay, Bears are in contention, and they'll get the worst one out of all of them.
Bears are getting Carson Wentz. I feel like it's inevitable.
Yep.
Aren't they bidding against themselves? Who else is trying to get Carson Wentz?
They're gonna give up so much for Carson Wentz. It's gonna be so funny.
Who needs
out Khalil Mack?
I mean, we know the Colts need a quarterback. All right, they got to try to get somebody. Like Dak, is Dak available? Dak, we don't know what the Cowboys are going to do with Dak.
And the Colts are like a quarterback away from like Super Bowl.
Being really good.
Yeah.
The Bears are the guys who come back from the college bar and open up their aim and have 46 different windows up, just hitting on girls. Like, hey, what's up? You up? What's up? You want to hang out? You want to hang out? What are you doing? Want to go out? What are you doing?
Someone found the answer.
Yeah, somebody will answer. Somebody will come home with me.
It's going to be nuts when Carson Wentz goes to the Bears and Nick Foles goes back to Philly again. I mean, I just feel like it's inevitable.
I got fooled by a fake account. There was a fake Adam Schefter yesterday where it was Nick Foles, Tariq Cohen, and 2 first-round picks for Carson Wentz. I was like, that's crazy, Bears. That's crazy. And it was fake. I'm just an idiot.
But the thing is, I can see that happening.
Not 2 first-round picks, though. Like you give them Foles and Tariq Cohen, yeah, but if they get first-round picks for Carson Wentz, just shut the league. This is crazy.
The Bears do a lot of things for very mediocre quarterbacks.
Is there anybody out there that thinks Carson Wentz is a franchise quarterback still? I guess the Bears, are they the only one?
I weirdly feel like I think the Colts he could maybe work out over there.
Because of Frank Reich.
Yeah.
Frank Reich, and he just has a very Colts quarterback that like, oh shucks, like
the colors help him too. He wouldn't look good in Bears colors.
No. I just see that just a 6'4" white guy in that Colts jersey.
Yeah. It's a very quarterback jersey.
It is.
Like it's not a defensive back jersey. I think Broncos is a defensive back jersey. Bucks are a defensive back jersey.
What about that blue?
Yeah, Colts are a quarterback jersey.
It's an offensive line jersey too. I just pictured Jeff Saturday and like Dallas Clark in those fucking blue jerseys.
Isn't Jeff Saturday like the only people like if you had to name one center, it was always Jeff Saturday.
Kevin Mawai.
Yeah,
I know you fucking cock rat, but like normal people that don't care about like linemen, which most people don't. I do.
I can name a few. I can name a ton of centers though. Mutombo, Mourning, Ewing, Patrick Kane,
Mario Lemieux.
Yeah, you know, Shaq,
Keem the Dream.
Team the Dream,
Pele.
Kwame Brown.
Anything else, Rico?
No, that's it.
Congratulations on your money, you cock. I don't know. I can't hear the music, but the time's up, so I don't know if we end the show now. There, I do hear the music now. Okay.
Hey, TJ, stay on. I want to talk to you for a second.
I got to go do the yak, so I'm going to go. But this was a show. We got through it.
Good show.
Good show. We'll be back tomorrow. And Mets, don't ever fucking do that again. Okay?
Guys
Still
want to
doing
do
it.
lunch?
This is
I got lunch.
See you guys tomorrow.
Goodbye.
Great to see you back.